Yeah, I mean, like, I sounded fine all day. I worked all day today, sounded fine. All right. I was hanging out with Gavin. I watched the new episode of Hawkeye. Really good. Um,
I haven't seen it yet.
okay, no spoilers. Then, good episode, another good one. Um,
Yeah.
totally fine all fucking day. We sit down. Literally, I just talked to my parents before I walked in here. Sounded fine. As soon as I said something to Dooms, like, "Oh wow, I'm surprised you're here first, because like, typically we're waiting on him." And
I know when
like,
I clicked on the saw, I was like, "Oh damn, he's already here."
yeah, I was shocked. I walked into my room because I had my computer already going, and I was like,
I
"Oh
was, I was
shit."
gonna say, if you had any idea how liberating it's been for the last couple of days for me.
Oh, I'm assuming your brother has moved out or gone.
Well, he's in rehab at the moment, so
Ah, ah,
yeah,
Mm.
he's at Helen Roth's up in Knoxville.
okay. Well, I'd say that things are probably quite calm at your house then.
Fuck yes! Oh my god! You don't know how magical it is to drive for 2 days and then realize I still have most of my tank of gas left.
Dude, you were told when you gave him your old vehicle and got your new one, do not let him drive that
I
vehicle.
wasn't trying to, but he still made a habit of it, and everybody else ridicules me for it. But I look at him, it's just like, what do you want me to do about it? He literally goes and takes my keys when I'm not around him.
Keep your keys on you at all times.
I mean, apparently, I guess that's what it's boiling down to now. After he's went to rehab, I had offered him help for dick.
Yeah.
No offense, the rehab was kind of the last straw buildup at that moment in time, especially as screwed over as he fucking left me.
Yeah.
Hey
Not
man,
a
I would
penny
have
to my
offered him
name
help
and nothing in my
regardless.
gas tank. Fuck him.
You could
Yeah,
always like go yo jazz, like
I hate asking people for favors. Like, you have no idea. I don't mind people asking me for favors. I hate asking other people for favors and help.
no, I
no,
feel
I
you.
get it.
I
I'm the same one, so I get it.
All right. I'm gonna do this now before I forget because I did start recording a minute ago. Welcome to the Swear Jar.
Oh,
This is
okay.
gonna be another unorthodox episode. Um, just as usual. I will say, if nothing, knock on wood, if nothing comes up and I have my fucking time off like I'm supposed to, I am planning a special episode next week. I don't want to spoil it and say I'm going to do it or say what it is just in case, shit does go sideways and we have another unconventional one. But if nothing happens, I have an episode planned for next week and a special
Okay.
guest if it works out.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right, so keep your fingers
I'm
crossed.
interested.
Hopefully it'll work. And then for sure, the following week, because the following episode, I believe, maybe it's the week after that. I don't know. I've got to look at some dates. Um, but the 24th, the Christmas Eve, Friday, we are going to have a Christmas creepypasta episode coming out. That one is definite in the pipeline. All right, I have already picked one. I've already picked one story, and it is because it is a more modern story. It was written in 2013, so it does encompass some modern day things. Um, well, it's more of a modern day type ghost story, really. Um, and then the other one I'm looking at doing is from the late 1800s. So will be a much different type of ghost story. Um,
Okay.
yeah. But before we get too deep into this episode, um, oh god, that's still in my thing. All right. First of all, the title of last week's episode was a joke in the email to Gerbil. I did not honestly expect him to post the episode with that title. Am I upset that he did it? Not exactly. Am I surprised he did it? Slightly. After what I did to him the other day, he's definitely gonna fuck with me. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You mean he
Dooms, did
told
you
his
That's to
read the
be
story to you?
chat?
deserved.
Did you read the chat from
Yeah.
this morning? Yeah, yeah,
I've been reading it all day. I ain't had nothing better to do at work.
yeah. Dude, today was actually the first time at work we were busy, and it was because we had a catering going out and it had to leave by like 1 o'clock. Um,
Oh, okay. Well, easy
and
peasy.
at quarter to 12, the entire dining room filled up. So it was like,
Oh.
cool. I'm glad that the owner is here to finish up the catering because, like, we had everything ready to where it was just like, all you got to do is take these trays and put them in that hot box there and drive them where you need to go.
Hmm.
But I did get compliments the other day. I made some smoked turkeys for Gerbil's fucking company Christmas party. I'm trying to be vague
Yeah.
about it because I don't know, you know, don't want to have his company named outed or anything like that. Same with mine. The most you get is that we do catering and that we're a barbecue place. Um, and Gerbil messages me. Well, I'm still at fucking work, mind you, because I worked a double that day. And he's like, "Hey, man, good job on the food." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. My boss was fucking out sick all goddamn week. I ended up having to cook 3/4 of it, and I wasn't supposed to cook any of it. Like, I was told that I didn't have to do any of that today, and then ended up having to do most of it. Not mad. Like, it's a thing that happens. Like." I've worked in the restaurant industry more than long enough to understand that occasionally shit that's not supposed to be your job all of a sudden becomes your job at that moment.
Oh yeah,
All right.
how it isn't my job all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're a meat cutter.
Yep. It's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this today. Well, I am now.
I know Dooms understands that, especially because you can do damn
Mm-hmm.
near anything that it takes in an office building. Like whatever it is, it's like, hey, we need you to build this Excel sheet. Cool. Give me a couple minutes. All right. Like
Give me some time to look into it, but yeah, sure.
that is like the one thing everybody shits on me for. They're like, "You spent how much on a computer and you don't have Microsoft Office?" And I'm like, "Nope. Didn't feel like paying for that." Just be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, unless you're working actually in an office environment, the only thing you really might want would be like Word slash Publisher. Other than that, you don't really have a use for any of the others.
To be honest, I'm wanting to get Microsoft Word here
I could
soon.
understand. I could understand Excel though for being able to keep track of stuff.
Um,
Yeah, I can understand that.
well, I can build a fucking table in Microsoft Word and use it if I have to, but that's not the point. I'm wanting to get Word here soon because I feel like if I can do typed up versions of the outlines and send them to you guys, you can follow along a bit. And it honestly, if you get the outline a day before, it'll give you guys a little bit of time to read over it and maybe,
Hmm.
insert a joke here and there, because I
Kind of like
do
how
want
they
it
do
to,
on the last podcast.
yeah, like last podcast, I want to do the edutainment thing. Um, which is why,
Hmm.
like, I am focusing mostly on, like, most of the stuff on our list are things that they have not explicitly covered. The Bell Witch and the Black Eyed Kids are the only two things on our future list, or, well, that were on our list that they have covered at all.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean,
which
if they've covered so much though.
they've covered a lot of stuff, which is why it's hard to find shit that they haven't.
Hmm.
But they went more into the serial killer cult, aliens thing, where I'm more wanting to focus on spirits and cryptids and like some other shit,
Hmm.
But I do also like the Men in Black series. Yes, they
Hmm.
did that, and I'm gonna use one of the same books they used, but we're not doing a full 3 episode arc of it like they did. We will maybe do two, but I'm
Hmm.
I'm really gonna try and condense what I wanted to get it out of the way in one episode, and then maybe a couple episodes down the line, maybe a year later, do a follow-up episode on like new things or different things I didn't talk about before, like that I'd be fine with
Hmm.
doing like a Men in Black series where every time we look at it from a different stance. But that, I
Yeah,
don't know. I do want to do cults and serial killers, but that's something, God.
that would take a lot of planning.
Yeah, well, that's stuff that's way in the future. That's something I'm not
Hmm.
huge looking into. Oh. So speaking of the last podcast, guys, they have a friend of theirs that did a thing, and I am absolutely in love with the thing. All right, I'm gonna be honest. So he is a bit of a sociopath. I think he's a nut job. So Let's start with this picture. Um, that is his uncle's rib cage. That he
The
turned into a.
Stellator. Yeah, he turned the guitar into a freaking. Yeah, he turned the skeleton into a guitar. I cannot talk. Yeah.
All right. So this is his
That's pretty
recent
cool.
project. That's Lars Ulrich as a toilet. Um, that is a thing. Prince
He calls that
Midnight.
guitar the Stellator.
Yeah, the guitar and the toilet. They're both wild things. Um,
Hmm.
he. I don't even know. He's just such a strange and unique individual. They did an interview with him, and he's
Yeah.
wild.
Oh yeah. He's a huge metalhead too.
Yeah, he is. That was actually on my notes to talk about because, like, they did the interview with him after he did the guitar. That was probably almost a year ago. Well, the other
Hmm.
day he posted this, the fucking toilet. All right. And there's multiple images of it out there on the internet. You can just look up Lars Ulrich toilet if you want, or his name's Prince Midnight. He's a weird dude, like I said, um, but he's totally metal. All right, and that, well, I'm thinking about it too. And Gerbil, since you're gonna listen to this, apparently, Father told me that there is a member of the fire department that does crime scene cleanup, and Father does not
Ooh.
want me to meet this man. But Gerbil, you will know who this man is, and I need to meet this individual very, very badly, and would like very, very much to work with said individual in crime scene cleanup. I think that that would be metal as fuck to walk into a room that's like covered in blood and gore or bodies and just be like, "Fucking metal, man!" Yeah, and then I mean I gotta clean it all, but like,
Wait,
I have
are
a
you
hard enough
talking?
time getting you on Vista and cleanup.
Is this the Kodak Fire Department or
no, no,
Danbridge?
no, no. It's Gerbil's fire department, from what I understand.
Oh,
Uh,
that sounds really fucking metal.
yeah. So before I go into my next topic that I have on here, I want to just want to say that Bob Dole, Bob Dole died. Bob Dole no longer alive. Bob Dole, Dole, Bob Dole. Yeah, he did. I don't know if y'all heard, but Bob Dole died, and I had to make fun of the Family Guy joke. But Bob Dole is no longer with us. He died at 175 years old of fucking body death because he was old as fuck. All right, he was in World War II. All right, he was old as fuck. All right, I don't think he was actually in World War II. That's a joke, but like he was legitimately old as fuck.
Well, he was born in 1923. Holy
What?
shit.
Yeah, so he was almost 100 years old. He was old as fuck. He was in World War II. Maybe that wasn't a joke. He was old as fuck. Yeah, I uh, I
He
heard
might
that
have been.
earlier. I don't know if he died today or yesterday or what. I if I missed something, I don't fucking know. Um, but that was in my notes. Just literally just says Bob Dole died.
No, he was in World War II.
Yeah. Now he did.
Damn.
The Colonel. Before I tell you he did. Man, I gotta stop with the Family Guy jokes today. I don't even watch
The,
Family Guy anymore.
the,
Mhm.
the It's like the colonel's in it. No, boy, he dead.
Oh man, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I've got something else really cool I found. This isn't actually in my topics, but I told you guys that I've been obsessed with RVs and RVing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that picture, whenever it loads for y'all, is a custom 1938 uh, truck and fifth wheel that was built by a doc or had commissioned by a doctor. All right, I
That's
found
pretty
that because
fucking dope.
I read a lot of auto articles, and I stopped reading as many scientific articles, just because there's a lot of doomsday articles coming out right now, and I'm just like not having it. Like I'm like nah, yeah, I'm like in this RV
Mm.
trend I'm going down. It's a lot more fun. Um, and I
Mhm.
actually found a YouTube video of some weird, like he sounded super creepy dude, uh, doing a walkthrough of it, or he found it at like some fair or some shit. And they had this is an old picture. This is the picture of what it looked like when the people who restored it bought it. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it looks pretty good restored.
Oh, did you look it up?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was thought you were talking about the one that you just sent.
No, that's pre-restoration. I don't have a picture of it
Oh,
after the
that's
restoration.
pre-restoration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but that thing, I wish I could remember the name of it. I just saved the picture because it was just so awesome. Let me actually look at the picture itself.
Like, I feel like this would have been like endorsed by Volkswagen almost.
I don't remember. He had it commissioned. Uh, it's a 1938 Vagabond Custom Rio. I don't remember. It was like a luxury motorhome type thing. I found it well in one of my things. Um, but it's so cool looking, and the back of it is like it's got airliner seats in it, and like you can see the front where the fifth wheel is. There's all that glass. That's not for like because back in the 40s and 50s, the rules of the road were not the same as they are now. That was a viewing station. There were two chairs sitting there for you to sit there and watch the road as you drove. Okay? Like it was a place for kids to sit while like the adults sat in the back and smoked cigars and fucking talked bullshit. All right, like this was a rich person's thing. Like he didn't drive the fucking truck. Somebody else drove the truck. Well, his ass, like to the point when they were showing the video of like the inside of the truck, there was a time clock in the truck for the guy who drove the truck to clock in and out when he was driving. All right. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
So that's
that's a
high
bit
society
much.
stuff.
Yeah. That's some rich
That
people
seems a
shit right
bit
there.
stressful for the driver.
Just saying, that's some rich people shit. All right. Like,
Yeah, that's really high society shit.
well, we're on the
Mhm.
topic of high society shit. Um,
Uh-oh.
This is the ultimate in current day rich people shit. Okay?
What
That
is
is
it?
the fuck. I just goddamn had it.
I didn't know they had something called the fuck. That's interesting.
You shut your
That's pretty
whore mouth.
wild.
I had it right here. That
Uh,
is the Triton 660/9 submarine. All right, the top one picture, the first one with the little poker table, is like the base model. Okay. And
mhm.
then the bottom one is essentially like the upgraded model. I guess. I don't fucking know. I just
Do
know
I
that
even
this.
want to know how much these cost?
No, you do not. You do not want to even consider how much these cost.
More than
Is it
all of
over
us
six
combined
figures?
would
So
ever
let's just put
make.
it that way. Is it over six figures?
Duh.
Just
But,
asking.
but like, Dooms, Dooms, this submarine costs more than you will make in the next 10 years.
Ouch.
Yeah,
That's harsh.
that's
Hmm.
reality. All right, like maybe not 10. All right, you might
Maybe,
be if you
maybe
saved
if I had some of my
literally
corporate's money, like I could probably buy
if you
it.
like did some wild shit, like it's just like
Went to Vegas, made a whole bunch of money, etc., so on and so forth.
like it
That
is
moment where I finally try to break my claws and see if I could actually use that luck for something aside from just video games
yeah.
or cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my nephew when I got home today I was like, "So yo dog, what do you want for Christmas?" Cuz like the rest of my family celebrates it, and I told him I'd get the kids gifts at least. I told his dad today,
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm gonna get Chaz something because he's a kid. I was like, but the girls, they're fucking teenagers. He's like, listen, dude, they got jobs, they can buy their own fucking gifts. And I was like, fucking exactly, dude. All right.
I like the way he thinks.
I was like, I
uh,
love both of my nieces. Don't get me wrong, they are great girls. And like, if they asked me, if they came to me and was like, hey, would you get me blank? I'd be like, probably. Like, whatever. If it's not expensive, but here nor there. So my nephew asked me. I was like, hey, I was talking to your dad. He said that you wanted like Pokemon cards or maybe even Magic cards. And when I said Magic, he
oh,
about came out his fucking skin, and he's like, yes, Magic, Magic, Magic. I want that. I was like, yeah. So you're getting into that? And he's like, yes. And he's like, that's what I want. I'm starting to
okay.
learn it. I want you could well his
I'm going to contain my
okay. So do you remember
my ability to play the game.
do
Yeah,
you remember my cousin that had that really awesome gun and also had the stormtrooper, well, it was a clone trooper helmet.
yeah.
All right, that's his older brother. All right.
Okay,
That's also the same guy that won Pokemon tournaments and was like actually made enough to
nice.
go to other states to play.
I've
Um,
actually been slowly watching a couple of different people on YouTube that play Pokemon, and
yeah,
I don't know,
apparently
the game's a lot faster paced than I thought. Actually, like
once
holy shit, is it fast paced?
he did nationals like once or twice, and then he
I
just
would no longer refer to that as a children's card game, by the way.
yeah. Um, so after that, he decided he was done with that kind of shit, and he started
Yeah,
playing Magic. But Doom's honestly he's the kind of guy that you would love to play against because he'd give you a run for your money constantly. All
for
right,
zany stuff and just jank.
yeah.
Because
All right, he
I'm
showed
tired of
me
playing the meta. Oh my god, the meta sucks so bad right now.
the decks he played with 3 years ago before he left for Germany, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't even be able to pull out any goofy bullshit with you. It would just have to be like, oh, I have to go for the kill within the first 10
He,
turns.
all I heard is he has a lot of spot slash board move.
Well, it's more, you know how like your bag of dicks deck, if I smack you down really early on, you can never build up, but you get fucked? Like the only way to
Well,
beat
I mean
that deck
that's
is to
still.
constantly
I
be beating
mean,
on it.
yeah, pretty much.
All right, that's how his decks are. Where if I'm not just looking through the cards and thinking of the way you would play, I'm like, oh, if Lewis had this deck in his hands, I would literally have to be fucking with him if I skipped 2 turns in a row and didn't do anything to him, I would be getting hurt after turn 5. Like if it's turn 8
I
and 9 and
mean,
I didn't do anything to you during turns 8 or 9, turn 10,
uh,
you'd be hurting me bad.
I'm flattered that you think that it'd take me that long to get set up, but all right.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I'm constantly bombarding you and then all of a sudden I can't for 2 turns, you're built up enough that I've pretty much lost at that point.
I mean, I do put some insane recovery. Either that or
Uh,
just really good card advantage that sometimes is just a pain to have to deal with.
so,
Mhm.
I'm learning real quick something that if there's no price tag, you probably can't afford it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, man.
It's pretty one of those, if they won't tell you how much it costs, you don't want to pay for it. Or if you do want to pay for it, you're going to have to finance it.
You know what? Let me just price. Let's see what the
I'm
I
disgusted
don't
also with some of the rampant prices
I
of
don't
cards as well.
what? So oh god. Oh, that hurt. What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not the okay. Who?
So what cringe did you see?
48 million. That's not the one that we're
Ow!
looking at. That's a different. That's the most expensive Triton submarine, I guess. I'm not sure. It's the Triton 36,000 dash or slash 2. It takes you. It can take you to the bottom of the ocean.
That's a pretty
Uh,
bold statement. We don't even know how far that is.
Yeah.
To
And I know
say it will
damn
take you to
well
the bottom of the ocean, it's just like, dude, you
I mean,
realize there's still places we hadn't found depth yet.
there's
Oh, I
some
know.
that's a
And
bit
in the
difficult
bold
to
claim
see.
of it, because it literally, the word for word, this is what it says. The blank, because I'm not reading that again, submersible takes you to the bottom of the deepest oceans. Okay?
Okay,
It
isn't there
says
one
of the
place called
deepest
the
oceans. All right?
isn't there like
Okay.
one spot in the ocean that's so deep that nothing can go down there yet though?
Yeah, pretty much. Um,
Yeah.
I really liked what it says next to. It says,
God,
if you like water,
that just freaks me out thinking about that much pressure and I'd be contained in a small vehicle. That makes me claustrophobic thinking about
Yeah.
it.
oh, then you'll love this phrase. All right, listen to this. If you like water, don't mind cramped spaces, and have a spare $48 million laying around, then Triton
Spent
Submarines has a
48 million.
submersible that can take you and a passenger to the bottom of the deepest ocean. What kind of horse shit is that?
If I had an extra $48 million, I would not be buying a submarine.
No, if I had 48 million laying around, I would not be doing this. I will say that.
You know what? If I had $48 million, I would be doing this, but it'd be in a fucking studio, okay? And I'd have
Yeah.
Okay,
fucking
that's fair.
researchers, all right, making a script for me.
You'd have a staff.
Yeah,
You can finally pay me for some of the work I do.
pay people. What are you talking about, pay people? This is an unpaid internship
Damn. How long did I sign that contract for? Oh wait, I haven't
contract.
yet.
You signed the contract in blood for your soul. Jeez.
Sign here, middle initial here, keys to the car here, blood of your firstborn child here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so
I mean, are we doing this, at a crossroads next to a bar?
I I also I can't talk about all of it yet. Um, but coming soon, I believe the ginger will be allowed on the podcasts. Uh,
Oh,
and be allowed to
Whoop,
be
whoop.
more open about his involvement with any KR in the future.
nice.
Um, I can't say why. That's it, kind of on him to say what's going on with his life choices.
Totally
But
understandable.
yeah, he I'm hoping that motherfucker comes to Nashville soon. All right, because he does travel training for his job, and Nashville's on the docket for in the next 2 years. All right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So
So are we gonna spend a
2022 or
week in
23.
Nashville or something?
I'm gonna go spend 2 days. Alicia and I are probably gonna spend 2 or 3 days in Nashville.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll do it probably like during the week, so it's not wild and crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Um, I got one more thing. Where is that? Oh, this is just actually a story. So I was at work today, doing my thing, blah de da, and
Mhm.
my ear fucking pops. And I don't, oh, I have no idea why it
Pressure?
popped. Yeah, I guess something. I don't know. It just popped. I like hiccuped and it popped on me. And I was like, well, that's fucking lovely. And so
Mhm.
I'm going about my day, and it's just it starts driving me insane. So you know that thing where like you hold your nose and you take a deep breath and you kind of like push, like pop your ears, like pressurize your sinuses, essentially.
Mhm.
I do that. My ear pops back to where it normalizes, but when it does it, it fucking destroys my equilibrium. I have to grab onto a fucking door jamb to keep from falling off the edge of the goddamn earth. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm standing next to
Mhm.
fryers and a grill and all this
Oh, that's a
shit.
terrible place to be standing to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I wasn't standing there when I did it. I turned around because somebody called my name, and I walked that way, and like literally
And
the
then
whole
everything went all
world,
wobbly.
dude. It was like I was tripping balls. Like the whole world was like shaking back and forth, like waving. It was like an earthquake, and like I sat down. And I was like, I just popped my ear back in. I need a minute. I'm super disoriented. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And I closed my eyes and I just
Ugh.
sat there for a minute. And I
Yeah.
just breathed
Tried to
slowly.
stabilize.
Yeah. And I got really fucking hot and started like pouring sweat. I was just like, oh my God, I can't. Oh, I can't. And I just went outside because it was like 50 degrees outside and definitely not 50 degrees in the kitchen. And was like just walked outside, t-shirt, no hoodie, no, just walked outside and sat down.
Steam literally rolling off of you.
Yeah, and just sat there for a little bit and was like, "Oh my God, I felt like I was gonna die." But without further ado, I would like you all to reveal if you have come up with any ideas for,
hmm
side mirrors that are not made out of glass. All right. Have either of you come up with a replacement idea?
I'm gonna
I
be
do.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. I've been so busy, I haven't had time to think about it.
Couldn't
Uh,
you just like take stainless steel, actually get it to a concave shape, and then actually just like give it a mirrored polish without actually mirroring it?
yeah.
That would be what I would think, because I've seen people do that with aluminum, where they just like make the
Yeah.
aluminum where it's like a reflective surface. So it's like that would be what I would
hmm
think.
I would
Yeah.
just do it with stainless steel because that's the cheapest replacement you could go. Like it's a step up from aluminum, so that you wouldn't have to worry about it falling apart on you.
Yeah,
Um, Plus, it
Stainless
would be
steel
easy to
was
repair.
Yeah, stainless steel was definitely the thing I was gonna say, honestly. When I talked to my father about it, that's what he said because he was like, "Yeah, what's the worst that happens to stainless? It dents. A big fucking deal.
Yeah.
It's not like glass that shatters."
Exactly.
All right, and I've polished some
yeah.
stainless steel at work to the point it almost is reflective, and that's
But that would
Yeah.
fucking,
work.
you know.
That would work with the side mirrors. But what about windshields? Didn't you say something about windshield
No, you
too?
still have windshields.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Windshields
left
would
you.
be an interesting thought process, but I mean, kind of feel like it's just rolling towards plexiglass then.
Man, or you could just wear goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna fly too well, considering most people nowadays.
Be like a Artemis Gordon just going down the road screaming Avanti.
Avanti! Oh my god. I tell
Not
people at
rowing your
work.
way down the street.
Oh man. Oh, you just killed me. All the time I'll be at work and I'll tell people that. I'll just be like, hey, Avanti. And they'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm like, have you ever seen Wild Wild West, motherfucker?
That movie came out in 1999, so probably not.
Oh my god. It came out when?
I think in
So some of the people you work
1999.
with might have been a twinkle in other people's eyes at that point by then.
Yeah. The one girl I was telling that to the other day, just turned 16 like a month or so ago. So yeah. Yeah. It's the owner's daughter.
Yeah,
Um,
the movie came out in 1999.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
she wasn't even a thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she's adopted, so she's also it's a whole story. They have a fucking wild Brady Bunch family. All right. Dude, it is fucking
That just makes
insane.
that just makes me feel old. I didn't realize that movie was. Uh,
Yeah.
And until you start singing the Brady Bunch to go along with it, it's the moment you start questioning. It's just like, damn, how old am I?
Well, no, the thing is, they're a Brady
mm,
Bunch family, but there's only one
Uh
boy.
huh.
All right.
Okay.
The dad has a
um,
son. It's his, not his youngest.
Biologically,
Well, yeah, no, it's not his youngest child. It's the one above the
second
youngest
youngest.
child. Yeah, the second youngest child. It's his only son, and literally, the rest are all girls.
that poor boy.
Well, from what I understand,
I'd hate to be in that house once all those biological clocks sync.
Mm,
he was old enough at the time that his dad married this woman that when he realized he was the only boy in a house full of women and couldn't handle it anymore, he went to go live with his mom. All right, and he went and stayed with his
I
mom for a little
mean,
while.
I used to joke about working at an estrogen ocean all the time, but that was the honest truth of the situation.
Dude, honestly, like we've got a good balance of male and female at my job. And like it's not like most places I've been to, like work wise, all the guys have been in the back and all the girls have been in the front. But like,
hmm
and it is for the most part, the girls usually work as the servers where I am. But
Yeah.
there's most of the girls also know how to do like expo, and a couple of them know a little bit about cooking. So the one girl
My job was.
knows everything pretty much. She's the one. Her and I have been working. Like, I love my owner. I do, but he's had the restaurant going on 2 years
Mhm.
and has
Mm.
not like actually done any work on like writing out all the recipes. So
Yeah.
like he's
mm.
like, yeah, you just take some of this and some of that and some of this and some of that, and like literally we counted it up.
Oh, that makes me cringe thinking about actually having to make something like that.
Dude,
Just because of what actual like standardized measurements when I'm in the kitchen.
yeah, no, there's none of for what I make, there are no
Oh,
standardized measurements. When I make a can of beans, all right, like I open a can of beans and I think it's 12 things in it. Okay?
uh
But
huh.
there's not really like the standardized measurement is like, all right, so it's about a good squeeze of this, all right, like cuz we have bottles
Squirt of
of,
that, pinch of this, dash of that.
well, not even a pinch or a dash. It's like, a couple good shakes of the rub and a couple good shakes of this.
A
And
couple of good shakes.
yeah. Yeah,
Depending upon if you worked at a fast food restaurant, a couple of good shakes could mean a whole hell of a lot of things, depending upon what station you were working.
yeah,
That's
okay, well, I mean a
true.
couple good shakes out of a fucking like rub
Like
shaker.
a shaker.
Yeah,
Okay,
we have a
yeah.
shaker for the rub. Um
Okay.
or like whenever I make green beans, all right, the owner's like, "Yeah, you just put some lard in it." And I'm like, "How much?" And he's like, "I don't know, a couple spoonfuls, whatever you're feeling." I'm like, "What kind of fucking answer is that? Like, what are you on about?"
That's pretty much just follow your heart.
Yeah, yeah, more or less. He's like, "Hey, you know what shit should taste like by now," and I'm like, "What?" I d-
Kind
okay,
of yes, kind of no.
yeah, yeah. He's just like, and then he'll just walk over and just like slap, like kind of like that, and I'm like, "Okay, cool. That's a better. Give me an eyeball here, all right? Let me at least give me a. What would you do? All right, it's your
Can you show me a
restaurant.
couple times, just for example?
Yeah, dude. Today
Something so I can have a point of reference.
we make cheesy hash browns for our caterings.
That sounds
Ah,
good.
stop. I hadn't eaten dinner yet. Fuck,
Uh,
you're going to make me have to go get something to eat now.
well, I mean, we're almost done with the podcast, so you'll be able to go eat in a minute. Um,
Ah,
but I was
fuck.
mixing. All right, I'm
Just
not
don't
gonna
want to
talk
drive to
about
Waffle
what
House.
I'm not gonna talk about what they. All right, just listen. All right, but they because like you don't make fresh fucking hash browns all the time because fuck that noise. We got the frozen bags of them, and then we mix in the ingredients. Uh, we never thawed those at all. So like when I was mixing in the ingredients, I had to mix all that by hand. Dude, when I got done, I literally peeled the gloves off of my hands, and all of both of my hands, all 5 fingers were blood red. All right, and the back of my hand was like, and most of the palms were like solid red from how cold my hands were. And I just kind of like put them over the grill and just held them over the grill and was like, you know what? Even if I were to touch this grill top right now, I don't think I'd notice.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm reminded of when you make when you're getting ready to make your Christmas dish.
Oh, my lasagna,
Yeah.
my my Yule lasagna, because I started on Yule
Mm,
and finish it on New Year's Eve or on Christmas Eve. Started on the
mm,
solstice.
mm.
It makes the perfect sauce when you start on the solstice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I've been starting it on the solstice every year for years, like starting the red sauce, and
It's because you're not waiting to the last minute to make the sauce.
yeah, like just letting that sauce sit and simmer slowly from like as a
Mm-hmm.
base tomatoes and stuff to be so soft after a couple days. So good.
Mm,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that
I'm
was
not
one of the things growing up. I was kind of happy as my family knew how to use a crock pot really well.
Yeah, we don't use a crock pot
Mm,
here much. Like I kind of do quick meals for dinner a lot. Tomorrow I've got to roast a chicken, but I'm not gonna do it
okay.
normal. We have a whole chicken, um,
Mm-hmm.
but like I have a thing against roasting whole chickens, not because like it's disgusting or it's wrong or fuck off. I don't give a shit. It just takes so goddamn long. All right,
It does take
Yeah.
forever.
you want me to tell you how to make it not take so goddamn long?
How?
Well, I mean, if you deep fry it, but
Nope, even easier than that.
no, that's
I want it
mm,
roasted, all right, because I'm trying to make it.
okay.
It has to be low fat for my parents. I'm trying to. We're still working on their diets, all right, motherfucker. Um,
I don't think you can stick a chicken in an air fryer though, unless you got a really big one.
no, we do not have a big enough one, but I'm gonna put it in the oven and I'm gonna roast
Mm,
it. But if you didn't know, if you ever want to roast a fucking chicken or even a turkey, but you don't want it to take all damn day and you don't care that it doesn't exactly look like a fucking whole turkey or a whole chicken when you're done, just cut the backbone out.
mm,
Lay it flat.
yeah.
All right.
I never thought of that. Shit, that would work.
Yeah. I learned that in culinary school. They were like, yeah, if you don't want it to take 3 fucking hours, cut the backbone out. Lay it flat. When you're
Mm,
done, just cut it right down the middle through the chest. You have two halves of fucking. They do it in restaurants, like the big fancy restaurants, where you get like a half a turkey or a half a chick. Well, not half a turkey, but like a half a chicken or a half duck, or like there are fancy restaurants that do that shit. That's how they do it.
mhm,
They just cook two of them at once and then just slap with a big ass knife down the middle and break the sternum.
mm.
Nice.
Yep, that was
God, I remember Frenching chickens in culinary class.
yeah, that was Jazz's culinary tips for the night. There you go. You ever need to fucking cook something quick? Nobody needs to know. Just do shit like that, you know?
Mhm.
I've learned so many
Hmm.
fucking tricks. That one I learned in college, though. That was actually something I've known for, God, 12 years, 13 years. That's not a new thing for me at all. I haven't had to use it in a while. You know, like,
Okay, what's your favorite method for making mashed potatoes? Just out of curiosity.
uh, elaborate. What do you mean, method? Like,
Well, I bet like, are you like boiling the potatoes down and then actually mashing them out by hand,
yeah,
or?
by hand. I have a potato masher.
No, okay, okay.
That's the best way.
Yeah, I have one of the
Mm-hmm.
5 point potato things. It's like flat and has the 5 point star like coming out. You just beat the fuck
Yeah.
out of it for a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
uh, depending on what I have, if I have sour cream, I like to put sour cream,
Ooh.
butter, and a
Mm.
little bit of milk, and then depending, all right, on like I said, what I have, obviously enough roasted garlic.
I was gonna say any ingredient that you want currently. Like, what
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
if
okay.
you
So
have like
so if I'm gonna do it
no
like I
ingredients?
want roasted garlic,
Yeah.
rosemary,
Mhm.
white pepper, and like the Himalayan pink salt. Okay.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting choice to
You're
use the
making me
Himalayan pink
hungry.
salt.
You're
Well,
making me hungry.
we use the Himalayan pink salt at my house almost exclusively. Like, if you're ever here and there is salt in or on a dish, it is the Himalayan pink salt. It is our preferred salt in the house. Um, does make us seem kind of snooty.
Nah.
Oh man, hold on a sec.
I
Nope.
mean,
All right.
maybe it's just more your if you don't want to call it snooty, call it your
Refined. You know, I just have a
no, not
refined
even
palate.
refined. The assault on the commonplace.
Oh God. Yeah, it like we just
Just being mediocre is a terrible thing.
you're not wrong. I don't know. I'm a big fan of mashed potatoes, so but
Mhm.
I like to keep it creamy and white, which is why I say the pink sea salt because you don't really see it in mashed potatoes, and white
Um,
pepper that way you don't see it. All you see
mhm.
is those little sprigs of rosemary, and that it's got a little like tint to it from like the garlic, but not enough to make it like yellow, but you can
Mhm.
tell there's probably garlic in it and then it tastes really really good
Yeah.
cuz I've made it. That was like when I was in college, one of my exes
Mhm.
loved those so much that like it was one of my signature dishes. My when I was in advanced technique, by the end of I
Mhm.
told my and I told the teacher like at one point that I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to perfect this. This is like going with my actual signature dish that I've been working on, and it does. It pairs wonderfully with my meatloaf. Okay, and the
Mhm.
meatloaf that I'm working on, the next time I do it, I'm gonna smoke it because with applewood,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna do a
Oh,
apple.
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an
Yeah.
applewood smoked meatloaf.
Hmm.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, yeah, especially my meatloaf.
Hmm.
Oh, one last question on the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
If you do include gravy with it, what type and what?
Oh, I don't include gravy with it.
Oh, okay, just the
No.
mashed potatoes themselves. Okay,
Yeah,
The good mashed potatoes don't need gravy.
yeah,
that's
and
true if they're done right.
And perfect mashed
True.
potatoes, putting gravy on is a sin. A sin that even
Mhm.
Satan recognizes that sin. Okay? And when Satan recognizes it, there's a fucking problem. All right? Like that's like putting A1 sauce on a good steak. Okay? If I
Dude,
ever
or
if I,
when people put ketchup on steak.
oh dude, my mom does that and it hurts. I'm like, "Please don't do that while we're in public."
Jenny does that, and I'm like, but why?
Oh my god. I'm like, please not while we're in public." Like and if we are,
To
can
me,
you
that
not
always just signifies that you never seasoned it right? Question mark.
Yeah, it's like, do you not know how to cook a steak? But my mom also eats steak like a fucking hockey puck, you know?
Oh, she eats it well done.
Yeah, of course. My
Oh,
mother eats everything well done.
oh, that's a sin.
Yeah, I know. My burgers tonight that I cooked for me
It's something
were
about the
perfectly
older that you
pink.
get, the more you lean towards well done, because you
No,
have little to no taste after that point.
no. I mean, my pappy still ate steaks raw or medium.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. All right.
Just no. That makes me sad, Lewis. Why? Oh, dude, why would you say that? No.
You know what's wild? I
No.
actually got told the weirdest thing today. Um,
Hmm.
Hmm.
so I saw Gavin's other grandmother for the first time in a couple weeks. And she saw my
Okay.
hair, and she hasn't seen how long my hair's gotten because we've, for a while, like the last few times that she's been around, I've been working. You know, not on purpose, just because of like timing. Um, and she was like, "Oh, geez, boy, your hair's getting long," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, I've been working on it." She's like, "Cut it, like." You look so much older with long hair. And I'm like, you are the first individual to tell me I look older with my long hair. I was like,
Uh,
everybody else has been like, dude, how old are you? Like, I'll have my hair put up and they'll be like, yeah, you know, you kind of look 30. And I'll put my hair down and they'll be like, mate, are you 30? Like, are you actually more like 27? You know, they're like, I can believe you're 26, 27. And I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, at Gerbil's wedding, you have no idea how many
uh,
people that didn't know us personally asked me if I was his younger brother.
Seriously?
Yeah, everybody thought I was the younger brother because of how wild I was.
that's hilarious.
And I'm like, nah, dog, I'm the older brother. All right, like, what's up?
And they're like, what?
Yeah,
They're like, your older brother? It's like, yeah.
yeah, I'm the older one. Like, I did feel real sexy in that fucking button-up shirt with the vest. I did feel real sexy.
Yeah.
All right, I was sexy and I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, you backed it up on Joker a few times,
I can't
so
wait to see those pictures because, like, I legitimately do not remember that. All right, 100% believe that I did it. Like, totally
Yeah.
by me doing that because I did some dumb weird shit, but I don't
like how
remember
you
that.
busted your ass on the dance floor.
No, I remember that too. I'm really excited for the pictures of that as well because I did that for like laughs. You know, I can't help myself when there's a bit to be had.
This is
Oh yeah.
true.
Cody should have known that too. All right. He
Yeah,
knows me
he
well
totally
enough to know that when there is a bit and I am doing a bit, I commit wholeheartedly. And I did. I
true.
committed all the way to the floor. All right.
Yep. Yep.
So we're rounding out to the end of this episode. We're getting closer to an hour than we well, it's about the time Gerbil usually tells me to start wrapping up, at least if he's around. So uh well, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna say thank everybody for listening. I'm gonna be polite this week, and I'm not gonna say fuck people who didn't make it this far, because obviously it doesn't matter whether they made it this far or not. But if you did, you're one of the special people, and you will always hold a place in my cold, twisted, fucked up heart. All right, you will hold a place there. But just remember, I charge rent, and yeah,
He's not a cheap date.
yeah, I'm not a dude. All right, I'm not gonna tell another story. We don't have time for this. I have been criticized because the last two episodes I forgot to say "hail yourselves," so I will properly end the episode this week. All right, and after thanking everybody for listening and reminding everybody that you can also listen to the scoreboard if you listen to football if you watch football. They are slowly incorporating hockey, and from what I understand, they will be incorporating baseball next year. Blah blah blah. They do
Hmm.
their thing. Um,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be special guesting on their episode. I believe for their Christmas episode, I will be special guesting on it. I'm not 100%. Um, they said they wanted me on an episode coming up because I know very little about the hand egg. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yes, very
Mm,
little. But hail Satan and hail yourselves, and thank you for listening. If you guys want to, we'll give you a
night,
little
guys.
outro.
I mean,
Yeah,
say bye.
yeah, yeah. Good night,
Yeah.
all.
See you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.